Good morning. This is your daily tarot reading for August 25th, 2020. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's cards. The first card that we have today is the Two of Swords. So we have a lot of active mental energy. We're thinking about some decisions that are coming up, and we're likely kind of stuck in our head around trying to figure out all the different possible scenarios, and it is binding us from actually being in the present moment with our surroundings. And the message in this card is to actually, understand that you have and will know how to act when the situation arises, and to actually be in the present moment and to listen to what's going on inside of you, which is why the character in this card is blindfolded. They're, instead of looking out to their surroundings, they're looking inward. So know that you will know how to act when it's time to act, rather than trying to decide exactly how to act right now. Now, the second card that we have today is a major arcana card, so is the third. This second card, though, is the Fool card. It's a card that's ruled by Uranus. And as a planet, the planet Uranus brings a lot of unexpected change in our lives. And to areas that we had stability, because right now Uranus is actually in Taurus, which is kind of ironic because this card over here is a fixed Earth card and it's actually ruled by Taurus. So we have the Uranus and Taurus, which is actually happening right now astrologically in the sky. Uranus is in a zodiac sign for 7 years at a time. And so this is kind of bringing that up in regard to, where is, if you look at your natal chart, where is Taurus? Which house is it in? And you are likely experiencing a lot of shifts and unavoidable and unexpected changes in those areas of your life. And, that is ultimately a good thing, even though it can be really hectic and really chaotic because it's affecting the stability that we've built up in our lives in Taurus, because Taurus is our belief systems, what we value, how we connect to society and how we interact with society. And Uranus is creating a lot of shifts in that we can't necessarily avoid. So there could be changes coming in today that show up, and they could be in that house of your natal chart if you know that. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're interested in knowing what I'm talking about, you're welcome to reach out to me and we can do a astrological reading for you and see where the current planets are transiting for you. We can also do a reading as well, because I do an astrological layout and always look at transits when I give a tarot reading. That aside, the third card that we have today is the Hierophant. And so the Hierophant is another major arcana. So it speaks to things that we aren't necessarily going to have very much control over, as far as, wanting them to change in a single day. They're actually situations that we have to sit with, and actually we learn a lot about ourselves. And this speaks to some kind of revealing that is happening today, and that is happening in and within this experience that we're all going through, that's happening within this great shift that we haven't had any control over. And it may be revealing, where your heart is really at. It can also be revealing to you where you put your energies and efforts in life, right? Because when we look at our day and what comes into our day and where we set our eyes and how it makes us feel, and what fire that stirs in us, or what happiness that stirs in us, or what feeling or sense of being that stirs in us, it can be telling. And it's not just telling of how permeable we actually are, as humans to the environment that we're in, but it also can lead us to the realization of how powerful the impressions that we put ourselves or subject ourselves to can be over not only ourselves, but also when we actively choose them. So, you know, right now there's a lot of things going on in the world, and this card is asking us, you know, where do we put our attention? Where do you want to put your attention? What do you think deserves your attention? What's calling for your attention? Um, I know in Colorado and California and a lot of different states throughout the US, we're all experiencing a lot of fires, which is destroying a lot of property, a lot of beautiful places that people have held as sacred, as well as, you know, people's homes. And, you know, it is asking me, at least, like, where do I want to put my energy and where do I put my prayers? What is my belief system around that? Can we start, you know, wrapping our hearts around places and sending rain to them rather than sending, you know, rage to some post on some social media site? What is your belief system, and where do you put your energy? So we're actually in a really big shift today, in that we have two major arcana cards. We have this kind of like inner turmoil happening, but there is a big change that's happening that's totally out of everybody's control, and it's, you know, ultimately asking us to be led by our heart and to know that we will respond to every situation as it's needed, as long, you know, and in a good light when we listen to that light within, and that things shift because they have to, and sometimes those things are out of our control. And what do we have as guidance inside of that? Where do we put our energy? Where do we put our efforts? Uh, you know, where do we put our anchor? Because this is a fixed earth card. So that is the tarot reading for August 25th, 2020. If you're interested in a tarot reading from me, please reach out to me at rootsofalchemy@gmail.com, or leave me a comment or a message in some other social media route. I hope you have a wonderful day, and please let me know if I can help you in any way. Just reach out. Take care. I'll see you soon.